So mom and dad can give consent to get you married at 16, but not to put you on birth control.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. I believe sex belongs within marriage because sex leads to children and children needs parents. And so I'm not in favor of the state paying for contraceptives for unmarried children.
South Carolina Republicans have reached a new level of insanity while debating the state's restrictive abortion ban. Last week, a Republican representative gave this advice to 12-year-old rape victims.
There's a morning after pill that stops probably before conception. And you know what? That's available in Walmart. You don't have to have a prescription to do that.
So if her dad rapes her and she's carrying the child, who drives her to the store to get the morning after pill?
The ambulance.
Okay.
Or at the hospital when she's there.
And now, State Republican Senator Richard Cash says that 16 and 17-year-olds are mature enough to get married, but not old enough to get contraception.
He's saying that 16 and 17-year-olds are mature enough to decide to get married, but they're not mature enough to be taught about contraception in school, and they're not mature enough to receive contraception on their parents' health plan, and they're not mature enough to get contraception from the health department, but they are mature enough to get married? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's a fair question, and I'm happy to answer it. I think my position, when this has come up before, is if a 16 or 17-year-old, certainly if they have their parental consent and they wish to get married and their parents approve it, then correct, I don't have a problem with that.
But you just moved to table a bill that required parental consent to get birth control pills on the parent's health plan. Where's the logic?
Well, the logic is I believe sex belongs within marriage because sex leads to children and children needs parents. And so I'm not in favor of the state paying for contraceptives for unmarried children. I don't think that's a good policy. I think children come from sex, and children need a mommy and a daddy, and that means marriage.
So mom and dad can give consent to get you married at 16, but not to put you on birth control.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
The current bill, as constructed, does not contain exceptions for rape or incest victims.
Today is a great day in South Carolina, but our work is not finished. I hope you vote for this bill if you're on the line, if you're pro-life, if you're struggling with it, and even if you don't vote for this bill, our work is not finished here, as many on both sides of the aisle have made the point. We're going to have a lot of more kids in South Carolina.